On today's show, look at that. We get a new look at Tiffany Haddish's Daisy and Secret Life of Pets. We also get a new cast member for Jumanji. And this episode of Movie Talk has been approved for all audiences by the Motion Picture Association of America, because we're talking trailers, gentlemen. We are talking trailers. It is Collider Movie Talk. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. That is Mark Yodi Reilly. That is Jeff Sneider. I'm merely Mark Ellis, and it is a veritable trailer park of a show that we have for you all today. Trailers, trailers, trailers. Who needs trailers? Don't worry, we got them. You buy 3, you're going to get a whole lot more for free, because not only do we have a bunch of new trailers to talk about, we're also going to go over our favorites from the year that was 2018. I'll get to the rulings as exactly what a 2018 trailer constitutes.
Yes.
Because some people are asking us questions like, well, does it have to be a movie that came out? No, it's just a trailer that came out last year. We're going to get to our favorites of the year, but before we do that, we have some breaking news here at Collider, and that is that Awkwafina, the star of Crazy Rich Asians, amongst other movies of late, she's blowing up all over the place, and now she's going to be seen in the new Jumanji movie. That's going to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson pair up once again with Kevin Hart and company. Her addition to the cast with the movie that comes out in a couple of years is something exciting to me, because she's very funny. I found the Jumanji movie, when I finally saw it on an airplane, very funny as well. I have no qualms about this. As a matter of fact, I like that they're having a team in place, and then you're adding complementary players to that. I think Awkwafina is a perfect choice to help carry on the legacy of the family-friendly holiday comedy Jumanji. Who wants first crack at it, boys?
I do. I'll take it.
You take it, man.
Well,
yours.
Fresh off making a post, Jeff Sneider.
Didn't quite make it.
You didn't quite make it. He was typing furiously
it's the images.
for 10 minutes.
The images are just...
yeah.
We need those accoutrements.
They're buffering.
This is something I emailed Sony about this on October 15th. 2018.
Wow, okay.
That is last year.
Oh, my God. You were scooped?
Yes. Well, no, not exactly. I don't know if I'd consider it scooped.
Right.
So we put her name out there in that Jump Street story. Remember I said that Tiffany Haddish and Awkwafina were in talks for the Jump Street movie? And I included a little nugget that she was up for this movie as well. She was still considering it. You know, they didn't know whether they wanted to pay her for this big budget sequel or whatever, but they found the room. They found the room in the budget for her. I think she's a great addition to this cast with The Rock and Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Karen Gillan. It's a fun franchise for her. I don't know how big the role will be, because obviously you have to give a ton of screen time to that original foursome. But I think that this shows that Hollywood was paying attention last year to how much people liked Awkwafina in both Crazy Rich Asians and even Ocean's 8. She was one of the bright spots in that movie. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good move for her, and Sony just loves her. They'd love to have her in everything.
Well, here's what's interesting to me, Reilly, is that I look at Awkwafina and the screen time that she was given in Crazy Rich Asians and Ocean's 8. It's probably about the same, yet I felt like I was so underserved in Ocean's 8. I wanted more of Awkwafina, where I felt she was a perfect complementary player to what we got with Crazy Rich Asians. So to Jeff's point, how much can you utilize any newcomer into a cast that we already have 4 stars that we want to see more of and their interactions together?
Right. Well, I mean, based on this report, she has what a pivotal role, or a key role. You know, when we get these castings of newer characters coming into a franchise, it's always that little blurb that says in a key role. So your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, Nick Jonas was in a key role in the first one.
Exactly.
Didn't have a whole lot of screen.
Didn't have a whole lot. So remains to be seen. I think it's just when you have a great talent like Awkwafina and you add it to a really great mix of talent that we've seen in the previous movie, how are you going to say no? I'm excited for it. I thought she stole the movie out of all those other women in Ocean's 8.
She did. I mean, I think that she definitely did. But yeah, like she was shortchanged in that film because she's not Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, exactly. So is it going to be a similar thing here? We don't know. I think it's great that you add her. She'll make the most of it. She absolutely will.
This movie is set to come out, like I said, in a couple of years, and I'm wondering, is this the movie that they're looking at?
Is it a couple of years, or is it supposed to still come out this Christmas? I thought.
Yeah, I guess.
Did they delay it?
I thought it was next Christmas, but I got to look at that. It could be, if it's even this.
Are they taking on Star Wars again?
Because that's what I was going to ask you. Is this a movie, and is this a franchise that is positioned to take on the biggest of the biggest, whether it is just a straight up pound for pound matchup or whether it's just counter programming? How do you feel about Jumanji Jumanji's chances during the holiday season, Reilly?
I mean, if we look at what happened with this one that just came out last year or 2 years ago, as we click over to the new year, all of us picked it as being like getting crushed by Star Wars, and that thing hung in there because it was a fun movie, and it did bang up box office. And look at it, we're getting a sequel. We have a whole new spin of this franchise that could go on for a third, a fourth, who knows? So I think if we have the same filmmakers behind it, we have great new cast additions, I think they're going to put up a good fight if the movie's good in quality like the last one. You're never going to beat Star Wars as far as box office, I think. Box office first weekend, maybe throughout the run of it. But as we saw with Welcome to the Jungle, it hung in there and did really, really well. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So I think we have another similar thing that can happen. Unless it's stinky, it's thrown in there, it doesn't work, and audiences go, ooh, P-Usa, and then I'm going to go see Star Wars again.
Well, I think they're doing the right thing here because it does come out December 13th, 2019. So
there it is.
It is Jumanji 2. And then Star Wars Episode 9 comes out a week later.
And that is up
December
for debate, that release day. I don't, if they haven't started filming yet.
Yeah, that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Hart was going to host the Oscars at one point, which would have kept him busy until, early March, essentially, late February, early March. So this movie, I don't know when it starts filming. Maybe it's March or April. It'll be interesting to see if it actually comes out this December.
Do you think it should? Do you think that you should rush to make that? Or do you think that maybe you should hold back and say, you know what, a January, a February, a March release date is going to be just fine with us? Less competitors in the sandbox.
I think Sony needs, it needs it because it is, they have that imperative, like you have 3 years to turn a profit kind of thing. So yeah, I would try to get it out this year if you could and capitalize on the momentum that first film had. I think it has proven that it can hold its own with Star Wars in the December box office. But yeah, you don't want to rush tossed off sequels. So if they have to delay it, then so be it.
All right. Well, we have trailers that we're going to talk about that are new for Secret Life of Pets 2. The Prodigy, and Arctic. But before we get to all of those, we wanted to celebrate the best that was in the year that was of 2018. Again, these are trailers that came out. I look at trailers as 2-minute pieces of art, and sometimes I enjoy watching them more than I enjoy watching feature-length films. And let's be honest, sometimes the trailer is a lot better than the movie. So we want to talk about the best trailers that we saw that debuted somewhere in a theater on YouTube in 2018. Keep in mind, again, these are just the trailers. So we may love the movie that they were advertising. We may not be such big fans of the movie, but we may not have even seen the movie yet because it could be a trailer for a movie that we're going to see in 2019. Mark Reilly,
yeah,
I defer to you. What are your favorite trailers of 2018?
Well, it's easy for me to say Avengers Endgame. It's easy for me to say some of the big blockbuster things that came out, but I picked 3 trailers that right off the top of my head, I knew exactly what they were because they made such an impact on me. They got me excited for a movie. One movie that I had never heard of in my life, another movie that I was looking forward to, and then one that's coming out this year, this summer. So, in no particular order, Godzilla, King of Monsters. Yeah. That first look, that first trailer, I'm sorry, it got me. That was like how you make a trailer. It knocked me off. Like,
is that with like the majestic music?
Yes, the music is what made that trailer. The Comic-Con one, yes. That was the one that stole it from me for a whole Comic-Con. I just loved that trailer, the way it presented itself. I had heard mixed things about the filming of Godzilla. Oh no, is this a mess? What's happening here? That trailer delivered. It got me. The next trailer, Black Klansman. That just blew me away because I had no idea when I read the premise of this. I'm like, ooh, Spike Lee, he's getting deep, man. This is going to be good. I can't wait to see what he's got here. And it's funny, and it made a lot of sense via what's the main character's name, the actor's name, Washington.
John David Washington.
Yeah, John David Washington. The minute he starts talking on the phone to David Duke,
in the white voice,
I went, right? This movie is going for it. That scene right there, I knew I wanted to see this movie. It was one of my top and most anticipated. And then the one that blew me away, I had no idea what to expect, Upgrade. That trailer, the very first time I saw that movie, and he rises up, and his face, Logan Marshall Green, is sitting there going, oh my God, and he's breaking his hands. I'm like, now this is a movie I have to see. I haven't seen Godzilla, but Upgrade and Black Klansman were 2 of my favorite and in the top 10 of my list last year.
And that's the thing about Upgrade, too, is because Upgrade is a movie that when you see the trailer, it feels like we should be looking at this trailer in the context of some larger comic book universe. We should have known this character, but we didn't. That was the excitement. That was the jolt that I felt like I have no idea what the hell is going to happen with Upgrade because it doesn't connect to any other story that I've seen before or since. So it's just this individual standalone surprise. I love when you get trailers like that.
I love when I have trailers like that as well, and it doesn't have a Marvel, a Star Wars, a DC, a Godzilla, a whatever big budget, because I'm always looking for the next big original movie. And this thing surprised the hell out of me. It had shades of RoboCop. It had shades of John Wick. It had all these different things, and I'm like, this is the kind of movie that I crave sometimes. I would like to be surprised. I would like to see something all-encompassing movies that I love to see in theaters or whatnot. And it doesn't have to be a Star Wars. It doesn't have to be a Marvel or a DC. And this one fit all of those. That one scene when he just help and he comes to life with the use of STEM, that got me.
All right, Jeff Sneider, pretty compelling arguments from Mark Reilly for his three.
Good picks. I like that Black Klansman pick.
It's one of the best trailers. I mean, it was just a fantastic trailer.
When we broached this topic, pre-production meeting, our genius behind the scenes, Perry Nemiroff, is like, hey, how about we do the best trailers 2018 and cons with all the trailers we're talking about today? The first thing that popped in my head was Godzilla. Oh, yeah. But I'm not on the company Slack here. I don't check my emails often.
Hey, join us. It's really fun.
So I think I'm good where I am. But
you don't want any part of that.
I appreciate the invite. So I'm happy. If I don't have to be on Slack, I will defer the Godzilla choice to you. Jeff Sneider, are your three picks going to make me jealous?
Probably. I've got some honorable mentions, though, because I don't play by the rules. I'm a red band man living in a green band world, okay?
I don't know what that means.
I'm a huge trailer nut. Like, my family will fly 3,000 miles to visit me here in L.A., and the first thing I'll make them do is show them trailers, or I'll fly to them and I'll show them trailers.
Yeah.
Okay?
How many honorable mentions do you want to...
The first thing, Mark, is music. Music is essential to the trailer, and I actually used to do a list of the best trailer songs of the year. Okay,
Godzilla.
So honorable mentions this year: "Destroyer," which features an awesome "Godspeed You Black Emperor" track.
Yes, I remember.
Bohemian Rhapsody was really good. Bumblebee's music was really good. "Bad Times at the El Royale" is a much better trailer than a movie. Same with the 1517 to Paris, which was a really good trailer. I was excited for that movie.
It was a tense trailer because they built up that final scene. Which is the whole movie, and then the whole movie just not that.
Right, exactly. So here we go. My top three. Number one, obvious one, is A Star Is Born. That's the one that gave me chills, because as soon as Gaga starts belting out her loud roar, and then you cut to that motorcycle zooming down the highway, it looks romantic. It looks sexy. The songs are good. And there's great lines. The Star Is Born lines are all in the trailer. All you got to do is trust me, or I just want to take another look at you.
Yeah,
that is how you make a trailer, and that is why A Star Is Born performed as well as it did. Number two, Beautiful Boy. This was a lot of people may not have loved this trailer. I loved how it started out with a conversation between father and son. This is another trailer bolstered by an incredible track. It's called Helicon 1 by Mogwai. Mogwai's done some awesome trailers over the years, including the Brave one with Jodie Foster. They did the music for that. So I just love the emotion. You can see you can hear and see the desperation on Steve Carell's face and in his voice. He feels like he's going to lose his son. So I love that. And then finally, Won't You Be My Neighbor, the Mr. Rogers documentary. Again, another amazing track driving that trailer, which is Michael Nyman's Fish Beach. Definitely check out that track on YouTube. I watched all these trailers today, and these happen to be my top three movies of the year, and that doesn't always line up, because sometimes you see a great movie that didn't have a good trailer. But yeah, Mr. Rogers it made me tear up today again.
It is pretty sweet trailer. We're getting a lot of great comments on the chat room right now that are extending to properties beyond the world of movies. J. Scott for real says the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer was pretty special, and I'm seeing this comment a lot. So I'll give Chris Robinson, former lead singer of the Black Crowes, credit. The Mortal Kombat 11 trailer. Have you guys seen the Mortal Kombat 11?
Yes, it's great.
It is nuts.
Yeah. It's really good.
I don't watch trailers for video games.
Treat yourself. There's some Star Wars video game trailers that you're like, I want to see that movie. Yeah. And they may be better than some of the Star Wars movies. Prequels, looking at your direction. Let's go to trailers, which, by the way, the prequels for the Star Wars movies are some of my favorite trailers of all time. In a trailer, I like to build up tension. I like it to start slow, and then I like it to just slowly ooze towards some epic climactic conclusion. Or I just like to see monsters beat the crap out of each other for 2 minutes. So my first choice is going to be another trailer that debuted at Comic-Con. I actually got to help usher it on stage, and that was Glass.
Oh,
Glass.
yeah. Yes. Great
It was
trailer.
just the first time we saw this, and I'm trying to avoid any sort of Glass-related material since we're so close to the release of the movie, but getting to see this, Sarah Paulson, it looks like there's something else going on there, and then to see all three of these gentlemen in a room together, whew, boy, that'll knock your socks off. The second one is for The Lion King. I think that we're a little spoiled in today's technological day and age. You can have something like that all be technologically rendered. I mean, look at that thing. It just knocked everybody on their ass at Thanksgiving. Everybody was showing it. It was the best part of the Redskins-Cowboys game for me. So you see, and just all the animals, they just look so realistic. I was just so thoroughly impressed by The Lion King. Even though I've already seen that footage at D23, because that's how lucky of a fella I am, I'm going big on The Lion King. And then the last one is one that I talked about how I like a slow build, a burn to something that you were expecting, or maybe something you weren't even expecting, something you're still unsure of, and now you need to pay for a ticket to go see this movie to get the full scoop. That's what we got with Hereditary.
Ooh.
That trailer just creeped on you. It crawled on you. What's going on with this little girl? What's going on with this family? Toni Collette looks haunted in this movie. And the movie paid off. So that's part of the reason why I have fond memories of Hereditary, the trailer. But the first time I saw that trailer, I was like, this is something special. It helped. This is one of those trailers where people have already seen the movie by the time this trailer is cut together. So they have all this critical acclaim, like this is the next Exorcist, this is the next all that. So it kind of gets your heartbeat that way too.
Whenever I showed that one to people, they got freaked out with the bird's head, the cutting scene. Yeah, they all kind of lost it there.
Okay, so are these the trailers that you would show to your family when they fly in? Because like the first trailer that I showed my brother is the Godzilla one, because he's a big Godzilla fan. I remember showing him the previous Godzilla trailer too, and it's so fun to not let them know what movie it is, to tell them, wait, don't look in the corner of the screen, so don't cheat. I love that element of surprise with trailers, so that's a movie that you show the family.
I show them all of them, really. We go like hours at a time.
Okay, can I before we move on to the trailers we have to talk about today, is there a most anticipated trailer besides Episode 9, Mark Reilly?
Oh, damn it.
Probably going to get its Star Wars Celebration.
Yes,
there is.
It Chapter 2. I really want to see It Chapter 2. I want to see some of the Losers Club grown up in action. I want to see how they're going to work some of the flashbacks with the younger Loser Club, and I would love to see what Pennywise is up to, Bill Skarsgård. Just give me that money shot at the end, something that will just get me. And that's one of my most anticipated movies of the year, so that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay, we got a strong vote for It Chapter 2. Jeff Sneider?
Yeah, I think you all know what mine is. He's worked with Brad Pitt on Inglourious Basterds. He's worked with Leonardo DiCaprio on Django Unchained. And now he's got both of them, Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Though I have to say, one more thing, one more trailer for TV. Make sure to check out the trailer for Too Old to Die Young, Nicholas Winding Refn's Amazon series with Miles Teller. I showed that to Makuga last week. It blew his mind.
Really? Nice. I got to check that out. That Nicholas Winding Refn character.
Drive director.
I like some of it. I'm not a fan of some of the other stuff.
I'm with you on that opinion, but we'll watch it after this.
Speaking of TV, The Punisher. Just had like a teaser. Just had like a teaser one drop, and then I think some other material was dropped for The Punisher. So I know all of your beloved Marvel Netflix shows are just going by the wayside, but you still at least have The Punisher to look forward to, if only for now. A lot of people chiming in on this topic as well. They are agreeing with you and saying that they want to see more from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They're also saying The Irishman.
Oh yeah.
And then speaking of Netflix, but venturing back into the world of TV, Stranger Things 3.
Yes. What's your most anticipated trailer?
If I can't take Star Wars, then I'm probably going to say the Joker movie.
Yeah.
I just want to see.
I almost said that, by the way.
I have a feeling that we're going to be so informed with what that movie is by that trailer.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to know, because we have no idea what they're really going for. You know, with that movie, we suspect things. But with most comic book movies, we know where Avengers, we know the tone it's probably going for. You know, we know the tone that Shazam is going for. Joker, we have no freaking idea, but I think we're going to be informed by that trailer.
Yeah.
Without hopefully being spoiled.
Todd Phillips could make a terrible movie, and it would still be better than Aquaman.
Oh, all right.
Okay, well, just when you thought you liked
there
him.
It is.
Just when you thought, hey, this Sneider guy,
it away.
he flies his family in just to show him trailers. Maybe he ain't so bad.
Taking shots at Aquaman. What did he
That's
do
right.
to you?
Jeff Sneider has returned to his seat.
Yeah.
And we move on to our first trailer of 3 today, and that would be The Secret Life of Pets 2. The new trailer introduces the new character of Daisy that is voiced by Tiffany Haddish. Some new talent is joining Secret Life of Pets 2, as we previously reported. You have Nick Kroll, Pete Holmes, and the one, the only, Harrison Ford. The movie comes out June 7th, 2019, joining, I guess, the biggest new face/voice you're going to have is Patton Oswalt is now going to be the lead dog. So, Mark Reilly, does Tiffany Haddish's Daisy, does that get you into the theater to see Secret Life of Pets 2?
I mean, Tiffany Haddish, I mean, this trailer it's really cute. It's really funny. I actually laughed a lot at Kevin Hart turning into Super Bunny or whatever it was, that character, Snowflake. So it got me. I mean, the actual series in general, I'm not crazy, but I didn't think Secret Life 1 was very good.
I was with you, but speaking of trailers, I thought the first trailer for this first Secret Life of Pets,
oh, it was
I
great.
was like, this is going to blow Pixar out of the water.
I want it more than anything. Thinking about what Cal's doing at home right now.
It was so relatable.
It got me excited. So now you want to get me into the theater, Illumination? Show me Harrison Ford. I want to know Harrison Ford's part, because we're having these character vignette trailers. They're introducing each pet with their own kind of trailer. Tiffany Haddish, it was great. She's hysterical, as always. But I want to see, and I have a feeling it's actually Cal. They're going to animate Cal because he's Harrison Ford right now in his old age. It's an old dog that just doesn't want to get off the couch anymore. If he sees another dog, he's like, get out of my lane. I got over here. I got to go. Just get out of here. Like, old, ornery, grumpy dog. That's got to be Harrison Ford. Then I'll get into theaters.
Okay, so Jeff, it seems like Mark Reilly is taking a page out of a very famous scene from your favorite director's movie list, and that would be him telling Tiffany Haddish, okay, you had my curiosity, give me Harrison Ford,
right.
Now you're going to have my attention. Is
Yep.
that how you feel about this, or did Tiffany Haddish already get you into the theater?
I don't know. This feels like a rental for me. I mean, I thought the trailer was cute and it was very clever. And I would actually be down to see this movie. I just don't know if I would pay to see it. But yeah, if there's a Saturday matinee kind of thing or a press screening, I might check it out.
All right.
It looks fun. It's got a great voice cast, and yeah, I think Tiffany Haddish is a great addition. I liked the design of her character. Kevin Hart looks like a lot of fun. The two of them, I really liked in Night School. I watched that for a second time over the break.
Really?
I know. So yeah, it'll be fun to see.
Are you with Riley and I that the first Secret Life of Pets kind of
It was okay. I don't even remember what it was about. Like, again, I like the characters, but the plot is just vapor.
The movie comes out Friday, June 7th, and if that date sounds familiar, it's one of the dates that we think we might see Dark Phoenix.
Oh, God.
So,
right.
If Dark Phoenix does, in fact, open on that date, the X-Men movie.
Rain or shine.
I think it's going to make it
Secret
finally.
Life of Pets 2. Which one does bigger box office?
Oh,
That's easy. That's easy.
Is it?
That's
Is it
X-Men.
easy?
Yeah. No,
Is
it's
it?
X-Men.
No, I think it's Secret Life of Pets.
This is what. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think it'll be close. I definitely think it can be close because, you have a great animated movie. The first movie did Boffo box office. Can't believe I used Boffo. But so I think the second movie, you're going to get all the family out to see it. It might be summer by then, and kids are off. So, but I think X-Men's still got the edge, man.
It's a franchise of diminishing returns, right?
It sure is, but it's still X-Men, and I think that a lot of us are going to be walking in wondering, how the hell is this going to maybe go over to Disney now, and how are they going to reboot it? Are we going to watch this whimper off into the distance, into the sunset, and just filter out, or what? I think there's a lot of people wondering with X-Men how this movie, especially the Dark Phoenix saga, don't put that past it. It's going to beat Secret Life.
What was the last one? Was it
Apocalypse?
You can count the Deadpool movies and Logan in there too. But if you want to say Apocalypse, then it is Jeff Sneider's point of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
This is very interesting though, because Secret Life of Pets came out a couple years ago, and in the summertime, like it's doing in 2019, and it opened to $102 million
Oh shit!
at the box
Wait, hold
office.
on.
Does X-Men have one of those?
X-Men X-Men does have one of those.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you know what that X-Men movie is?
Wait.
Days of Future
If
Past.
you're not counting the Deadpools, the X-Men movie with the highest opening weekend is, you guessed it, X-Men 3, The Last Stand.
That's what I was going to say, dude.
$102 million at the box office. Now, Days of Future Past almost got there with 90. And then you had X-Men X2 United, but Apocalypse, to your point, $65 million. So I think Secret Life of Pets 2 is going to handily defeat Dark Phoenix. I'm looking forward to Dark Phoenix. I like those trailers, but I'm just saying Secret Life of Pets 2, you can't argue with animated pets in the summer.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get the kiddies.
I thought the moral of the story was don't argue with me.
Yeah, I'll argue with you anytime.
Make sure you guys follow Jeff on Twitter.
Sucks.
The most important follow.
Don't go. All right, fine. I still think Dark Phoenix. Everybody's been wondering what's going on. The movie hasn't been out yet. Everybody wants it, so come on.
Stick to your point.
X-Men.
Well, there's movies coming out in a theater this weekend. One of those is Escape Room, and the talented staff of The Witching Hour, Haley Fausch, Perry Nemiroff, they got to interview the Escape Room director, Adam Robitel, so you guys can check that out now. We also have the new Collider Games podcast and Dropping Dimes, hosted by Matt Nost. We move on to story number 3, another new trailer, this time for The Prodigy. And this is not some sort of searching for Bobby Fischer. This isn't a kid who's good at chess and we're all rooting for him. This kid, he's got a lot of talent at an early age, and I don't think he's breaking the right way. This feels a lot more like that creepy Superman movie, except maybe not as good. I don't know. I got a weird feeling about this movie, and I think that the February 8th release date, this is like an old school February release movie. Where
it is.
This isn't a Deadpool or a Lego movie. This is just kind of a horror movie that we're going to put out there, try to scare some people. Reilly, did you get any redeeming value out of the Prodigy trailer?
No, I didn't like this trailer. It actually felt like it was like the studio forgot it's coming out, and they're like, "Oh shit, here's a trailer." It just didn't grab me. I mean,
Speaking of the studio,
yeah,
Orion Pictures.
I know.
I saw the Orion
that
logo.
Thing opened
it was
up.
The classic. I'm like, is this RoboCop? Orion's back.
I mean, never mind forgetting to change 2018 to 2019. I went, what year is this? What's going on, Orion Pictures? Welcome
good to see
back.
The classic logo.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. Maybe not with the Prodigy though. Look, it felt very cliched. It felt like we've seen this a million times. There wasn't even a moment. Even the kid at the very end, doing the creepy thing with mom. Like, are you gonna ever always love me? Whatever he was doing. I've seen this movie. The trailer didn't do much for me. I know it's a horror, but I've seen so many, creepy kid. The only one that really works for me now is the, what's that called again? The Superman one. I can't remember it anymore. Brightburn. Thank you. That one, because it's a little different. It's a little spin on the Superman mythology. Of course you're going to get me with that. And that end shot. But this was, I need something more. It just looks like
here's my question.
He's a crazy kid that's going to kill everybody. And all right.
I don't know the answer to the question about that.
Sure.
I have no idea what the answer is. But what is it about this trailer that you're like, that just feels, because I feel the same way as you do. I just don't know how to articulate it, that this trailer just feels a lot more maybe paint by numbers versus something like Hereditary that also features a creepy kid. Just, it feels like there's more mythology and backstory with that, whereas the Prodigy, it feels like we're going down one direction.
You brought up my point. When you mentioned Hereditary, I was like, okay, think about that trailer. That's a creepy kid that has some, but that was designed specifically to give you a tone of the movie, to give you some kind of, maybe some Easter eggs that come out later. You can kind of see like, oh, I see what they were doing after seeing the movie and seeing the trailer. It was cut very, very well. It had a creep factor to it. It had that great juxtaposition of going in on the model and then just kind of going around. This was paint by numbers. It was like, oh, look, he's a prodigy, and then he's dragging a wrench somewhere, and there's like, hi, little boy, we're gonna talk to you now, and it's like, cut, and then we've seen it.
There's a couple things that I would be interested in checking out in this movie, but it just overall doesn't feel like something that I think is going to do a whole lot of damage at the box office. Jeff, is it going to do a lot of damage with your family? Will they love this trailer?
I don't know I don't think my family's going to see it.
Are you flying in the Sniders to watch?
And I don't think many people will see it. I don't think it's going to blow up the box office. However, I disagree with both of you.
Oh, you think it's a good trailer?
I actually thought it looked like a fun B movie. This is one of my favorite subgenres. The killer kid, starting with the bad seed, then to the good son, to orphan. Brightburn looks great. I like all these kinds of movies. This looks fun. This is the kid who played Georgie in It. I'm surprised surprised he doesn't get any goodwill from Mr. It over here, Jackson Robert Scott.
I don't care.
I don't know.
It's like, give me a good trailer, then I'll care.
Give me a clown.
Taylor Schilling, I need to see more of her work to really render a verdict on her as an actress, because I'm not an Orange is the New Black guy. But I thought she looked good in this. I'm down to see it. I'm down to check it out.
Okay, well, I think I know why Jeff is so excited about The Prodigy. I think the reason is that, again, it opens February 8th. You know what else opens that weekend that he is not going to see? The Lego Movie.
That's true. I'm definitely seeing The Prodigy over the Lego
second
movie.
part, because Jeff does not see Lego movies.
I'm saying Lego Movie 2. Oh, yeah. Way over this one.
Ninjago, Lego Batman. Goodbye.
Speaking of child prodigies, have you tried to put together Legos recently? We got my
I have. Actually,
nephew
my niece
is 4 years old, and
Yes.
so we got him some Batman Legos that are for ages 5 to 8.
Yeah.
I'm referring to the instructions. I have no idea what the hell these kids are playing with now.
I'm a Lincoln Log guy.
I'm a Lincoln Log guy. Yeah.
I couldn't. My niece got a Wonder Woman set, and she opens it, and my sister's boyfriend is like, okay, so let's get the directions, and she just all out on the carpet, and we're like, pour some wine? Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, you got this, right?
Who's the one in the office who like you would most suspect would build models? Like, here's the Millennium Falcon.
I have
Lego
it on good
edition.
authority. Copster built the Millennium Falcon on the
did?
Lego.
Yeah,
Okay.
Copster could
It was
do
on
that.
the Jedi Council set for a while, so Copster would be
Attaboy,
my
Copster.
odds-on favorite. I could see Cody sneaking in there. I could see the guy running the cameras right now, Adam Smith. I could see Adam Smith at least sniffing the
Legos?
airplane glue, if nothing else.
Yeah,
I could
nope,
see
thumbs
him.
down.
As long
from
as I'm
Adam.
voted the last guy in the office to build a Lego model.
I don't have the patience for that, but I guess there's worse fates that can befall one than struggling with Legos, and one of those is getting stranded in the Arctic. That's what happens to Mads Mikkelsen. Oh, dear God, him and his female companion. They get stranded, not in real life. Don't worry, I'm not breaking news here. I'm just talking about the new trailer for Arctic from Bleecker Street Pictures. This movie, it played at Cannes last year. It got good reviews out of there. Now we're seeing the trailer for it, and it is a survival movie. It feels like The Grey, except maybe trade out wolves for polar bears. It feels like the movie Alive, where the rugby team crashes in the mountains. They have to eat each other for survival.
No.
Speaking of eating each other, Mads Mikkelsen is the guy in the movie, but he seems to be restraining the cannibalistic desires of Hannibal.
For
and
now.
He just seems like he has landed all out on the line to help this young lady survive along with him. And my word, if I'm not rooting for these two, Jeff Sneider, are they going to make it? Do you want to see if they make it in Arctic?
I do. I actually thought it looked really good. When Perry told me to watch this trailer, I was like, really? Like, what is this kind of movie? But it looks like an awesome tale of survival. I really like Mads. The reviews have been encouraging, and there's some stuff in this trailer that I didn't necessarily expect. So I'm down to see it. I loved like Alive. I dig these kinds of movies too.
There's a I would say mixed sort of positive review that you can check out on Collider.com right now from Gregory Elwood. He saw it at Cannes, and basically I'll let you guys read the whole thing, but I think that he's pretty impressed with the director. I believe it is Penna, his last name, and Mads Mikkelsen gives a great performance, but there's some other story points that not so big of a fan of. Mark Reilly, I want to see the tension build in this movie, the fight for survival. It looks like this guy's not getting a lot of lucky breaks out there in nature.
Yeah, the trailer's great. This is my favorite trailer of the bunch today because it put me right in there. I mean, the minute you get that wide shot of as Mads comes out of the plane, the crashed plane, I'm just like, up against everything, and I'm a sucker for a good survival movie. I mean, it's like Castaway in the Arctic. He's got to save this girl. The stakes are already high for me. It is encouraging to hear that there are some good reviews out there, maybe mixed from our own, but that's fine. I want to see it. Mads Mikkelsen is one of my favorite actors of all time. He puts together good work every time he shows up, and so to put him on a kind of survival thing, the Arctic's always something like, I'm like, oh hell no, I'd want to be on a desert island and not the Arctic. I mean, this looks, everything could be possibly go wrong has gone wrong for this man. I mean, he's got somebody that's dying that he's trying to save. He's sending signals out. There's a storm coming. There's a polar bear. He falls through a hole.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Our kids' pets are falling off. I couldn't get it out. Sorry.
It's a rough line to follow.
Yeah.
And it's a tough world out there. So if you go to the Arctic, kids, be safe and maybe see this movie first. You may get some survival tips. I really like that. The Gray with Liam Neeson.
That's one of my faves from Carnahan.
Yeah. Now, would you rather be stranded and be hunted by wolves or polar bears?
I'd want to go with polar bear.
Yeah, get it over quick and.
Well, I mean,
I think I could survive more with polar bears. I think polar bears, I can play dead easier with polar bears. The wolves are just going to rip you to shreds even if you're dead. I think polar bears might get bored if you're dead.
Yeah, I think the polar bear, might be bored if you're like laying there and pretending you're dead. Yeah, wolves they're pack animals, man. You're looking at one wolf here. 3 of them are going to get you from these sides. So at least I can keep my eyes on a big lumbering polar bear and maybe decide which way to go. Yeah? Sound reasoning?
And I think this time
I'm done here.
Polar bears are still offering you Coca-Cola. If you are in the Arctic, they have bottles of Coke.
Wouldn't that be a big twist?
Not true.
Polar bear sticks his head out and is like, Mads.
To get liquid refreshment.
It is very revenant, though.
From polar bear. All right, we're going to save some time for your live Twitter questions. Go ahead and start tweeting us at Collider Video. Use the hashtag Collider Movie Talk. I do want to remind you all that tomorrow we have a stacked day here on Collider with a new episode of TV Talk, a Schmoedown special, the Jurassic Park match.
That's a good one.
Is this a doozy?
Yeah.
Speaking of Cody Hall, speaking of Perry Number, they both just happened to be mentioned on the show today. Speaking of Cobster, who called that match with me, this was a really fun one. I think you guys are going to see something special. We also have Mailbag on the weekend, and don't forget Sportsbook. The playoffs start in the NFL this weekend, so see what the lines are, all that good stuff. I know that I have my money on the Colts going to Houston and defeating the Texans. For the rest of all that, you can check out the preview special that I was a part of, along with our boss Mark Fernandez on Collider Sports Time. All right, let's do some Twitter questions, and then we're done. Okay. Jonathan Caro.
Bring it.
First up. He says that 2019 is the last year of the decade. We know.
Oh.
So what movies
very true.
are in the conversation for the best movies of the decade? This is from 2010 to
2000.
the end of this year.
It's going to require some, you can't just throw off movies. You can't just toss them off.
I will give you some that Jonathan Caro was nice enough to cite for us.
Please do.
And I believe it's 2010. Inception. Does that fall? Is it 2010?
Is 2010. Yes.
Good. That's the first movie that came to my mind. It's one of the most original. It's one of Nolan's best. I love that movie. I just watched it over the break, maybe a week and some change ago. That popped in my head as one of the best out there, most original. Some of the great acting, effects, music, Hans Zimmer score. Come on.
Okay, so Jonathan also said Inception is one of his.
Oh, there you go.
The Social Network, Mad Max Fury Road, Spotlight, Wolf of Wall Street, Ex Machina, Zero Dark 30, Arrival.
Ooh, Arrival's good.
Her, Moonlight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Her, I'm a big fan of. Moonlight, I'm a big fan of.
Same.
Inception, obviously, is great. 13 Hours came out in 2016. You give it up for 13 Hours. I would also throw Creed in the mix as well. I'll pair Creed and Creed 2 together. And, I'm going to be the guy that says it. Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
One of the best of the decade. Jeff Sneider, what do you got?
I think The Social Network is one of them.
Yeah. That is one of the best.
Yeah. What else? I don't know.
You got your computer, man.
Yeah, you're the guy
Check it out.
You should have these on hand because you hate so many
off the
movies
top of my head.
during the year. You should know the few that you actually responded favorably to.
The Place Beyond the Pines.
Okay, your boy Nicholas Winding
That's
Refn.
right.
Yeah. Did that come out?
It wasn't him, but I was Sion France. But The Raid. The Raid's like a classic action movie. I think will hold up for a long time.
I might even put The Raid too.
Oh,
Raid.
yeah.
First Raid. So, good question, Jonathan. We'll keep you posted as the rest of this year and the decade itself continues to age us all. Broom Kid.
No.
Good handle.
From one of my favorite movies.
What's a movie? And Jeff, I apologize in advance because this question is going to make you have to think of a movie. What's a movie that you put on that's your comfort food? For a Broom Kid, it's Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. I'd subscribe to that and say Step Brothers as well. A movie you put on that is just your comfort food, that is just your, I know we're both big Jaws guys.
Jaws,
Batman Begins is that movie for me.
I always say this, Sideways. Sideways is such a comfort food for me. I put it on all the time in the background because I I get sucked in by the characters.
Is it the characters or is it the wine? Right?
It's not the wine either. I mean, I genuinely love the interaction between the characters from minute 1 to the very end of that movie.
I was waiting for you to say wine is a character in the movie. New York's a character in the movie.
It's not effing Merlot.
Yeah.
I'll make sure of that.
Merlot sales plummeted after that line.
They plummeted after that, and Pinot Noir went up.
You know, so. I've had this conversation with my mom, and I'm going to throw my mom into the buzz here a little bit because my mom was recommending this movie to me, Bottle Shock, which I haven't seen, but I heard it's really good. Alan Rickman's
Chris
in
Pine,
it.
right?
But Chris Pine's in it. But I told her, I'm like, oh, well, Mom, no, I haven't seen Bottle Shock yet, but I finally got to see Sideways. And she's like, what's Sideways? And I'm like, you've never seen. She's like the biggest. She loves wine. She's like a Mark Reilly. And she's never seen. And I showed her the Bottle Shock DVD. On the DVD of Bottle Shock, it says this year's Sideways.
There it is.
I said it's right here on your DVD.
My cinematic comfort food would be Dazed and Confused.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Should have been mine.
Yeah. It's
really
definitely
good
one of
call,
mine too. Yeah, I'll put that on anytime.
Let's all comfort each other and watch Dazed and Confused tonight at my place.
Okay.
What do you say, boys?
Right. Well, you had me until you said your place.
I can ask you the same question about Dazed and Confused. Just put it to the other beverage in there that's served throughout the movie. Is that why, Mr. Sneider?
Okay, here's a good one. Speaking of the dread of going to Jeff Sneider's apartment, J. Scott St. Clair says, which John Williams scores are most appropriate for real life situations?
Ooh. God, that's great.
Wait. Here,
Don't play Jaws while you're going in the ocean.
I'm going to give you one real life situation, then you guys have to say what John Williams score or what number it is. So the first one, ironically enough, is going to be you're going to your buddy Jeff Sneider's holiday party. You're walking up there with your significant other.
Easy.
What John Williams score is played?
Home Alone is playing as you're walking up to Jeff Sneider's. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. You're walking. I can picture one of his favorite movies, holiday themed. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the next one.
Okay.
You see somebody crossing the street, and then you see a car coming, and you're like, "Oh, wait, this person." You have to yell at them from a distance so that they see the car coming, so they don't get hit by the car. What John Williams score is playing?
You need a John Williams score there.
Yeah.
I mean, the T-Rex chase in Jurassic Park. It's you know, you got to get there and you're going to scream, and hopefully the car doesn't run him over like a T-Rex.
Okay, what do you got?
It sounds like a heroic thing, so I guess I'd go Indiana Jones.
Okay, all right. One more real life scenario that I need you guys to score a John Williams song to. Okay. It's just after sunset. You are naked on the beach with a beautiful young lady, and you decide to go swimming in the ocean. What's the John Williams score?
1941, the beginning of 1941.
That is actually true, and I hate that it's true. Yes. You want to replace the Jaws music with any other John Williams?
The Darth Vader theme.
I'll tell you a true story. When I was little, I would always cue up the moment Luke took down the AT-AT in Empire Strikes Back with taking off in a plane, because the music I would sync it up to where it's like dun 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 dun, and we take off, and that's why I'm a nerd.
How did we wind up talking about Star Wars today?
I don't know.
How is it possible? We don't have enough Star Wars shows on this channel?
Obviously, you haven't been on Twitter lately. It was a Twitter question, of course.
Man, I do give Jeff a lot of credit. He tried to inject Nicholas Winding Refn in this show as much as he possibly could,
but to feed your souls.
At the end of the day, there weren't a lot of Twitter questions about your boys, so we had to go to John Williams. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. We're off for the rest of this week. We're going to head to Jeff Sneider's house and watch some comfort food movies. You guys have a great weekend. I want to thank Mr. Mark Yodi Reilly, Mr. Jeff the Sneider. He's going to post something as soon as he gets those images. And me, I'm Mark Ellis, and it is time for a nap. But not before I remind you guys, you can check me out at the Comedy Store this weekend, and I got some upcoming tour dates. I'm going to be obviously here in Los Angeles, got New York City, Phoenix, Seattle, Chicago, all that good stuff coming up sooner rather than later. And yes, Las Vegas just added that in May. That's going to be a good time at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club. So you guys can get tickets at markellislive.com, and we'll throw it to the wide to say goodbye. Adam, have fun building your airplane models. Hey everybody, Mark Ellis here. Thanks for watching this episode of Collider Movie Talk. You want to watch more? Then click up here, or you can click right here for more great content from Collider. And if you haven't subscribed to Collider Video, do so right now and share this vid with your friends. Thanks for watching.